Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Queen Sugar. So today I have a fun pick a card reading, pick a perfume reading, pick a fragrance reading. And this reading is connected to the divine feminine. It's connected to the goddess energy that a lot of us have, or that's surrounding us. And so I thought this would be a fun way to connect to it and hear what messages, what guidance your divine feminine has for you, your divine goddesses have for you, and potentially give you insight on like energies that you can work with and like what type of energies to work with at this time within your life. So take a moment to kind of just relax and to just ease your mind, ease your energy, and just take a moment to just take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. And allow the energy of your divine feminine to guide you to the fragrance that best represents the messages that they have for you. Your divine feminine energies, divine feminine goddesses, whomever. So our first fragrance is the Viktor Flowerbomb fragrance. Our second fragrance is the Coco Noir Chanel fragrance. And then our last fragrance is the Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. Once you selected your fragrance, feel free to click on the timestamp below that matches that part of the reading. I'm going to do a dive into the fragrance that you selected, so kind of channel some messages with that, talk about the notes of that fragrance, and then we're going to get into your oracle cards, and then we're going to pull additional oracle cards from my Empowered Goddess affirmation deck as well at the very end, just to see what additional messages your divine feminine has for you at this time. I wish you all the best, and I pray that you all are well and enjoy the reading. So let's get started. Hello, pal number one. So this will be for those that selected the Viktor Flowerbomb fragrance, and we are going to kind of channel some messages of like the divine feminine energies that are surrounding you, and also your energy, before we get into the oracle cards. And then once we get those messages, we'll get into the oracle cards, and then I'll grab additional oracle cards from my deck. So for those that selected this particular fragrance, first off, it includes scents of like jasmine, patchouli, rosebuds, and there's one more I can't think of. I think vanilla might be in here as well. And so if you selected this fragrance, or if you were just really drawn to it or called to it, one of the biggest things with rosebuds being in here lets us know that you just naturally have this purity about your energy. It's very inviting. It's very I don't want to say innocent, but there is like an innocence to you as well, and that could draw people in, make people very interested in getting to know you or wanting to connect with you more. With the patchouli scent in this fragrance as well too. So it originated within Asia, like the tropical regions of Asia, and it is really known for its like musky aroma, like rich aroma in a way, and it's very connected to like grounding properties and principles, and it's phenomenal for working with like a root chakra, because your root chakra is your ground, you know, that's like your base foundation of your chakra system. And so if you work with patchouli or have the herb or any type of scent with it, it's helpful in that area as well too. It's associated with like bringing in love and wealth and success in addition to those things. And it just, you know, it helps provide stability, and it can ease anxiety and fear too. So some of you that have picked this fragrance, you might be someone that works through anxiety, works through fear, works through grounding their energy pretty often, and you are someone that people can come to when they feel like they're not well or they're uneasy. Like you just have this very grounded energy about yourself. You don't have to necessarily be an earth sign to be grounded and have earthy energy, but some of you could be earth signs. And then also too, some of you, I don't know why, like I'm visualizing some of you could be like an air sign, just have strong earthy vibes about yourself and about your energy as well. So yeah, that's what I picked up from this fragrance. And I think too, I'm looking at the shape of the bottle. You are unique. You know, you're not the traditional like square. When you think of like the traditional fragrances bottles, oftentimes it's just like in the square shape, but you are this beautiful rare soul, this entity that a lot of people wish that they can experience and want to experience as well too. I also see that you have a variety of layers, you know, and as people get to know you and as you feel safe and comfortable, people get to see the different layers of your soul and of your energy as well. Okay, so that's what I have just from the messages of the general energies that we kind of picked up from the fragrance. So now we're going to get into your oracle cards and see what messages we have here. So your first card is Sakmet. So I apologize in advance if I'm mispronouncing some of the words, some of the names, but this is Wounded Healer, number 15. Next is Mamiwata, Naked, number 30. Very interesting how this is 15, that's 30. 15 plus 15 equals 30. This is a very beautiful card too. I love the mermaid vibes as well as the I don't know if they're alligators or crocodiles, but I'm gonna go with alligators. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but that's what I pick up from that. It's a beautiful card. Next we have number 12, Seven Sisters Creativity. And then we have number 8, Nagame Desire. And beautiful that we have like the moon here, because obviously the divine feminine is connected to the moon. I'm noticing the moon is in 3 of these cards actually. 3 out of 4. Very interesting. So just starting off with these 4 cards here. Your divine feminine energy is calling for you to kind of just strip down, get bare, really dig within your soul, within yourself, and address your desires, but also address areas that still hurt, any trauma that might still affect you. And you can't really heal and move on from it until you address it. So sometimes we try to suppress our emotions, we try to act like it's not a big thing, or sometimes too we do the work, but we don't realize that there's still some more work that needs to be done, and then it kind of comes up. So like, you know, you could have done the work years ago, and then someone says something and it triggers you, and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, I thought I was okay with this, and now I'm starting to feel triggered again. Let me figure out, what is this that I'm feeling, and why am I feeling this still? What is, you know, what am I holding on to? What is still lingering around my energy, around my aura, that I need to let go of, or that I need to work through and process, because it's no longer benefiting me, or it never benefited me at all to begin with, but it's definitely being detrimental at a point in my life, and I need to figure this out so I can release it and let it go in all ways possible. And so I feel like your divine feminine energy is wanting you to do that. Another thing here that I see that your divine feminine energy is wanting you to do is to be comfortable with your body a little bit more. Some of you might be afraid to wear certain clothing because you don't feel like you're the right size for it, or maybe someone said something about your body, or a style that you're interested in, and it made you feel a little self-conscious, and your divine feminine is saying, get out of that, forget those people, wear what you feel comfortable in, wear what you want to wear, be body positive for your own sake and for your own health. And if there's something about your body that you're not a fan of, you have the ability to change that, whether that be exercising, whether that be dieting, whether that be working with someone to help you figure out what areas you can work on, physically and spiritually, because sometimes certain things can be connected to needing to release trauma and pain in order for us to really transform and shift our body physically. And so that's something that I see that your divine feminine goddesses and energies are wanting to share with you at this time. And I also see too that spirit is saying that it is okay to not be exactly where you want to be, but still be able to share wisdom to help others and provide any advice. So it's not saying like, oh, if you can't beat all of that to yourself, then you could just go out here and do everything for everybody else. No, it's saying that sometimes, like for example, let's say you are struggling in an area right now with your career, like you're trying to figure out something. It doesn't mean that if someone were to come to you for advice about like how to, apply to a job or for resume help, doesn't mean that you're incapable of doing it because you're trying to figure out your career, because you could still give that person valuable advice. And so I feel like your divine goddesses are saying to not cut yourself short on being a vessel for wisdom for others. And it's interesting because it says wounded healer, and then this card is about being vulnerable and also kind of like being transparent enough to where you allow yourself to heal, because you are not afraid to show your true self and be vulnerable and embrace the emotional nakedness and innocence, right? And that is like your superpower. But it's like, you can be a wounded healer and a healer all in one. You're not like, oh, I don't qualify to be a healer because I'm still figuring out stuff in my life. Nobody is perfect. Nobody will ever have it all together. Like there's always going to be something that we have to work on and work through. So don't dismiss yourself just because you are still figuring things out in your life. The other thing that I hear, your divine feminine self and your the divine feminine energies around you are saying that you need to not let go of your passions and of your desires that fuel you. You need to not let go of what motivates you and what encourages you and what inspires you just because it might not be working out right now. That does not mean, okay, I've been at this for 5 years and it's still not giving me what I needed to give. It's still not, producing the money that I needed to do, or it's not giving me the clientele that I need, or I'm not leveling up in the career the way that I wanted to. It's not saying that, oh, just give it up because it's not working. It's saying that you have to figure out, going within, in what ways do I still hold on to feeling like I can't be successful? In what ways do I still hold on to fear of like not having enough money, or not feeling like I can have enough money? Because sometimes there are moments to where you're doing everything right on the physical, in terms of like doing the physical like work of your job, of your career, of your business, whatever it is, but a mindset spiritually, there's something holding you back. There's some clearing, there's some work that needs to be done that is deeper than what you may have known from in the past, right? And it's like beyond surface level, and it's so deep down that's what's probably causing some of the hiccups, is because it's rooted far along way of like your ancestry and lineages. And that is why your guides are trying to tell you like you have to dig a little deeper to clear this out, to really get out of it to the point to where it doesn't affect you anymore. So that's another big message I'm getting. That might not be for everybody, but if you feel called to that message, then it's definitely for you. I also see too that community is important for you, and your divine goddesses and the energies surrounding you want you to connect more with them. So working with them, talking to them, writing a letter to them, praying, and really asking for help on how to release any energies that are holding you back, that are detrimental to your mind, to your physical health, to your mental health, to your sexual health, all of the things. There's definitely a need to be a little bit more transparent about the areas of growth. And two, leaning on others. And I just noticed these candles, and I'm like, maybe there's something you can do with candles, like lighting a candle and sitting with it and just talking to it as if it were that person, as if it were one of the divine goddesses that we have here, or if it was one of your divine guides, God, whomever you feel comfortable communicating with, your ancestors, talking to them and sharing, this is what I'm going through, or this is what I'm thankful for, and I want to share this with you, and I also want guidance on X, Y, and Z, and sitting with that energy and welcoming it in and embracing it, because that's going to be very important for you to continue to do well, but also to unlock that next level of success. So now let's get into the tarot cards. So we have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Cups. Oh, we got the King of Cups. So you got like counterparts here. And then the Three of Wands. Very interesting. So I feel too what your energy is giving off right now is the importance of emotional vulnerability and emotional stability. That's one of the big things that I see, just because you have, Mama Wata or Mami Wata and the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. These are emotionally stable individuals. These are, energies that are able to process and understand what they're feeling and what they're thinking, that emotional intelligence. And I feel that there is a need for you to really unlock some of that. And it's a difference between being very emotional and being someone that is emotionally intelligent, because you're able to kind of decipher, like, what am I feeling? What is the true feeling of what I'm thinking, or what I'm, internally interpreting and feeling within, right? And I think also it's important for you to balance the masculine and the feminine energy. Some of you might be more in your masculine energy at this time. Some of you might be, how do I word this, like overly invested into the feminine energy and not balancing out the masculine energy. We encompass both of them, so it's really important to find like that balance. And there's times where you might have to be a little bit more in your masculine energy than in your feminine energy, but you have to know when to kind of balance that out, and what things that can be done to help you ensure that you're not, exaggerating an area a little bit more than what needs to be as well. I do see that, this is a random message that I'm channeling, connected to just like your love life, is that there is this energy of you meeting your match, your compatible partner. This could be someone you already know, or this could be someone brand new, but this comes from you fulfilling the different areas of your life and showing that you are healing and working through it, but also to balancing the different energies within yourself and processing those energies and learning how to better serve yourself, right? And practicing that emotional vulnerability, practicing that emotional intelligence that allows you and this person to kind of just connect and to come together, because we do have the Six of Cups, and that's all about reconciliation, and also too that unity in a sense. And know that the Three of Wands leads to the Four of Wands, which is typically about marriage and relationships and success in a romantic way. And so the key here is that as you're working on you, fulfilling the things within your journey and your purpose, you naturally are going to attract a partner or partners that match that energy, right? So your divine feminine goddesses definitely want you to continue to work on that and get ready to experience a healthier love experience. Okay, so now we're going to get you some cards from my Empower Goddess affirmations deck. So let's see what messages we have here for you. Alright, so our first message is number 20. I'm committed to my personal growth. So this kind of, connects to this idea of growing and healing, being committed to bettering yourself, being committed to understanding yourself, being committed to, allowing the emotions to surface and to connect with it and understand that it is a part of your healing. It's a part of your growth. It is not worthless. It is not pointless. It has a meaning. It has value. Let's see what else we get. We have number 12. I'm the definition of financial abundance and wealth. I love that. And we have 12 here as well too. So 1212 could be a special number for you. But this is just a reminder to know that, how I was talking about earlier, just because things might not be working out in certain areas does not mean that you don't deserve it. Does not mean that you need to adjust your standards and feel like, oh, I can only have just this little, I can never have more. It's like, no, you are the definition of wealth and abundance. You deserve it, so believe it and be committed to that personal growth that gets you into that space mentally and spiritually to be in line with it. All right, let's get another one. So we have my body is beautiful, number 5. I think I talked about this as an example of like how maybe if someone were to, commented on your body or like your outfit or clothing, you may became self-conscious about it, and spirit is like, put whatever you want to put on. If you want to put it on, wear it. It is your body. You can do what you want to do. Be confident, love who you are, point blank, period. And then we have number 33. I am worthy of everything that my heart desires, which matches that beautiful desire card. This energy of like, if you want it, you can have it. It wasn't given to you mentally. The idea of it was not given to you mentally for nothing. It was meant for you to have. That's why their spirit is sharing that with you. In terms of like angel numbers, like I said, 12, 12, 12, 3, 3, 3 can be very symbolic. 15, 15 as well. So if you see these numbers, that's your divine goddesses, the spirit guides communicating with you and letting you know things are working out, things are, progressing and turning out for the better for you. And also to be mindful of your thoughts during that time, right? Because sometimes there are moments where we could be thinking of something and then we'll see like an angel number, we'll get like a sign and be like, oh, that's so cool. But we got to think about like, what was I thinking about in that moment? And what does this message mean? It symbolizes something. Okay. So this is what I have for those that picked this pile. I hope that you all enjoyed your reading and that it resonated with you and you find some type of advice, some type of guidance, message, whatever from this deck, from this pile, and use it to encourage you to do whatever you have to do to excel and to do well in life. Okay. I appreciate, as always, the love and the support, and I wish you all the best. And bye. Hey, pile number 2. This will be for those that selected the lovely Coco Noir Chanel fragrance here. So before I get into your cards, I'm kind of going to just channel some energies from the fragrance itself and get a feel for like the divine feminine energies and goddesses that are around you, but also pick up on your energy in addition to this. So we might talk about the scents. We could just talk about, whatever I can kind of pick up from it. So those that pick this fragrance, I immediately just hear dark feminine energy immediately. And you are someone that definitely taps into that energy of like being seductive, but also mysterious. Gives me reminds me of like a Scorpio in a way. So you could have Scorpio in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, or even your Venus in Scorpio as well. And with this particular fragrance, I do know that some of the notes that are in it are like it's like a rose leaf, there's patchouli, there's a Venezuelan bean. I think it's called the tonka bean, I want to say. And that bean is actually connected to the planet of Venus. And if you know what Venus is the planet of love. It's the planet of femininity as well too. And so it's very interesting like how, we're talking about this and, I'm just channeling that energy. Like when I pick the fragrances, I just kind of just allow spirit to guide me to it. And so I think it's beautiful that you picked this one in particular. And because patchouli is in this fragrance, patchouli is connected to love, it's connected to wealth, it's connected to stability, and it helps with like grounding our energy, and it's great for like root chakra balancing as well too. So if you're familiar with that herb, or if you have other fragrances with this, it's a great addition to have in your collection, and also to just to work with and just kind of allow your energy to use it in a sense. And when I think of this particular fragrance too, it gives me this energy of like intimacy and like seductive, like siren kind of vibe as well too. So, and it does have like an ambery fragrance with it as well. So that could be a special fragrance that you're interested in or love as well. I think that's pretty much it in terms of like what I'm channeling from it. So now let's get into your goddesses oracle cards. And we will, kind of go through these cards and see what additional messages we're getting from your divine feminine energies and the the divine feminines that are surrounding you. I'm also going to grab some additional cards from my Empower Goddess affirmation deck at the very end, just to see what other messages, what other affirmations you should pay attention to at this time. Alrighty, so let me move my mic a little bit. Okay. So our first card here is Queen Nefertiti, Alchemy, number 38. I don't know why, whenever I look at her, she gives me like Angela Bassett vibes. If you're familiar with who she is, she's an actress. One of her famous roles that she's played in was Tina Turner, and What's Love Got to Do with It, but she kind of looks like her to me. And next we have is number 10, Ma'at. I'm not sure how to, I apologize in advance, I'm not pronouncing the names right. Giving and receiving. This gives me like Justice cards vibes, like that balance. Very interesting too how they give me like Egyptian type of energy as well. I'm going to look in the book once I finish with the other two cards and just see where their placements are. We have number 17, Sitara, Brazen. And then we have number 23, Medusa, Rage. And this gives me the, I don't know why, you know, obviously Versace with the Medusa vibe. So some of you might be fans of Versace, like Versace. Random message that we're channeling. Okay, so let's look into these two cards. I just want to see their placements, like where they are. So this one's in Egypt, and then obviously she's in Egypt as well too. So yeah, we both have Egyptian cards here, so you might have some connections to Egypt, like in a past life. Both of them are known to kind of like, you know, be conjurers as well. Let me go back to Nefertiti's card and see, is there anything else in here that Spirit wants me to talk about. I just randomly saw this one, I am a money magnet. So that could be a big affirmation that Spirit, your goddesses and, you know, your divine feminine energies wants you to embrace and embody. So, and it'll be funny if that comes out, because I actually have a card in my affirmations deck that talks about I'm a money, or money loves me, or something like that. But anyway, so in terms of the messages that your goddesses have for you, we have the Alchemy card. This is all about creating. This is about being the magician. This is about, you know, designing, directing the life that you want for yourself. So if there is something that you want to have, that you need, that you feel like you deserve, you can have it. All you got to do is set the intention and create it and attract it into your life. Be it before you see it. You know, you hear the same people say like fake it till you make it. I say be it until you see it, because I feel like when you are actually in that energy, it comes to you. Whatever it is that you want, it comes to you, you know, naturally. It comes to you a little bit faster, and it's just easier for you to manage, because you're no longer like feeling like, oh, I just gotta fake it, I just gotta pretend. And you know, you hear people talk about delusional confidence, and even then in that name, it's like it kind of, you know, it makes me cringe a little bit, because it's like you don't want to feel like, okay, I'm magically just making all of this stuff up because I don't believe I can get it, so I'm gonna be delusional about it, versus like, I know I deserve it, I know I'm supposed to have it, so I'm going to build the confidence and the acceptance of knowing that to have it and to attract it into my life. So I feel like your divine feminines are saying you need to start building a stronger level of confidence when it comes to the things that you want for yourself and want for your life, and not allow insecurity or allow other people's opinions, or even just social media and society get in the way of it. Because sometimes we might say, like, let's say you want to be an influencer, and you're like, oh, there's like 5 million influencers out here already, so why would I do that? I'm not going to stand out enough. And it's like, there's no other you. That's how you're going to stand out. There's no other you. So be you, be authentically you, create, design, develop, do all of the things in order for you to be this this beacon of light, and this beacon of truth, and this creativity, right? So that's one of the big messages I get. The other thing that I'm seeing here is that there's a need for you to just be in the space of receiving. You give so much, but you don't allow yourself to receive. And when I say receive, I'm saying in a sense of, let's say somebody wants to help you with your groceries, bring them in. You're like, oh, I got it. And you might actually have it. You might not even be struggling, but it's like, if someone wants to offer assistance, if someone wants to help you, allow them to do so. If someone wants to treat you to something, allow them to do it. If someone wants to give you something, allow them to give it to you. Don't block your blessings. A lot of times we're like, oh, I'm good, I don't need that, I don't need this extra whatever, I don't want a pity party. It's not a pity party. If you call it a pity party, then you're going to make it a pity party. But by definition, if someone wants to bless you with something, to give you something, let them give it to you. Don't block your blessings. Literally, it could be the smallest thing and it could be the biggest things, but a lot of times we can shoot ourselves in the foot by blocking so many blessings because we feel like, oh, this is just a way for people to feel sorry for me, or this just shows that I'm struggling, or this just shows X, Y, and Z. And it's like, it's not. It's just showing that the universe wants to give you things, however that is. Okay? So don't block your blessings. Receive, and also find the balance of giving and receiving. Be careful to not overgive, to overshare. It is okay to say no. It's okay to put boundaries up as well. And also too, if you pick this fragrance, once again, you naturally have a seductive, a feminine energy about yourself. Embrace it. Let it come out. Let it be there, because that is going to also allow other opportunities to come your way. Oftentimes we might hear feminine energy say like, oh, I don't want to be in my feminine energy or in this type of seductive energy, because it's going to always come off like I'm wanting something, I'm trying to get something from people. And it's like, no, it's people wanting to come to you and to gift you things because they feel your energy and they want to kind of like reward this goddess, reward this queen energy, right? So don't block your blessings. Okay, I see some of you getting free food very soon, randomly channeling that message. It's like if you on a date, and then like you go out afterwards with somebody else, like with your girlfriends, like someone buys your drinks or someone buys you like your appetizers or whatever, just because you're beautiful, or just because of your energy, your aura. And beauty is also more than just like the physical, right? It's more than just like, oh, you have a beautiful face, you have a beautiful shape, a beautiful body. It's like your energy can be beautiful, your energy, your aura can be captivating. Let's see, what else am I picking up here with spirit? I feel like too, it's important for you to not be shy of who you genuinely are. Continue to be confident, basically, and don't hold back. Don't hide who you are. Don't hide your aura from people, just because you're afraid like you're not going to stand out, or how do I word this? Like, kind of going back to this YouTuber thing. Like, you want to do something, but you're like, oh, there's so many people out here. How will I stand out? Once again, just be you. Just be you. That's all you have to do. And I'm looking at this card, and I just noticed that there's a train. I've never paid attention to this. I don't even think this card has come out before in a reading. So maybe that's why I'm not familiar with it. So I'm going to actually read a little bit from this card, or from the book, to see what messages spirit might want to point out. So it's connected to the warriors. The element is fire. Let's see. She's connected to South America. It says casting a spell with her hips. So that's kind of like that seduction energy that I was mentioning earlier, where you can just pull people in and you can kind of get what you want just from this dark feminine energy. Really step into that energy. It is okay to use it to one, to help you get things that you do want, but two, just to be it, right? There are people who just naturally have this aura about themselves where people want to show up for them. They want to do things for them because it's the level of confidence, it's the level of authenticity, it's the level of just beauty as well too. It's something that I pick up. I see with the Rage card that some of you felt like, I don't understand how people can just walk into a place and it's like the room shifts and people just want to talk to them or be around them. It's like shifting that mindset to, I capture the energy of the room because I am the room. I bring the the just like, how do I want to word this? Like, I was going to say something, but Spirit was like, no, not that. I just have this essence about myself that people are naturally going to see, and people are going to naturally gravitate towards. You see how she has her hands, the sun is beaming down on her, and it's like all eyes are on her. That's how it is. And you might say like, oh, I'm not an attention seeker, I don't like the attention on me, I don't like eyes on me. That's okay, but it's not like you're seeking it. It's more so that you just naturally, when you get into this space, it just naturally comes with it, because you have this energy, this essence about yourself that people want to connect with. So that's something that I see. I also hear spirits, your guides saying to your divine feminine too, to let go of this rage and this anger that you might still hold on to. There might be some bitterness that some of you are still holding on to from the past, from somebody else, whether it be a parent or a partner. Let it go, because anger is not going to allow you to receive much more, right? Because it's just like a blockage. So your spirit people are saying to release it, to cleanse it, let go of it, and remove it, so you can welcome in more energy of, the high quality energy. Welcome in a high quality energy that allows you to receive high quality experiences as well. All right. So in terms of tarot, we have Ace of Wands. Congratulations. 3 of Cups. 7 of Wands. And then the 6 of Swords. I love how the 6 of Swords is under the Rage card. The 6 of Swords talks about moving. Sorry, I dropped my mic. So you might hear like a random thump. And it's funny because the mic fell towards me. So it's like moving forward. This is your moment to let go and to give yourself the voice and the freedom to move forward, right? And so let go of that rage, let go of that energy of needing to hold on. And we have the Train in this card as well too. So you have 2 cards kind of showing us movement. So a lot of you need to let go of some things that just no longer are healthy for you, and also too that just don't serve you. And some of you feel like you have to carry it, like it's a badge of honor or something like that. And it's like, no, it's not. Let that ish go and leave it, type of thing. That's what your divine feminine is saying. And I channel that you all that pick this pile, each of you have a divine feminine guide, a divine feminine goddess energy. She is cutthroat. She don't play. She like a Queen of Swords type of energy. Like, I hear her like cursing because she's just like, I gotta be a little rough with this pile because they don't get it when I'm soft. So let me be a little harder on them so they can get the message, so they can get out of this energy that's not serving them and get into this Queen Nefertiti energy. Get into this. I'm giving what I can give, and I'm also receiving all that I'm supposed to receive. Taking charge, being that leader, and also being mindful that you have to be protective of what you are doing and how you are moving about. So too, be mindful of like what you're sharing with people. Remember I said like not oversharing. Don't overshare everything. So you want to work on a business idea, cool, you might not have to tell nobody about it until it takes off. You want to start your YouTube channel, and people gonna be like, oh, well, I don't know why you want to do that, because everybody got a YouTube channel nowadays. You want to start a podcast? I don't know why you want to start a podcast. Everybody got a podcast these days. Keep it to yourself. Just launch the podcast and have episodes. Those people will support you, and if they don't, they don't. But your true supporters, your true fans, your true ride or dies are going to be there and find you, right? And that goes back into the analogy I was using with the YouTuber thing, is that the people that are meant to find you are going to find you. Oftentimes we think about the people that we have currently, like, oh, well, if they're not feeling it, they don't like it, then how am I going to be successful? And it's like, no, there's a whole bunch of people in this world. They're not the only ones that can support you. There are billions of people here. So think about it like that, and know that my crowd, my audience, they're going to find me. I just got to make sure I make the content, or I do what I got to do to get the information, to get the products, to get the services out there so they can get it, type of thing. And it just shows you how successful you're going to be once you get over that hump in your mind where you're like, it's like this mental block of like, oh, I can only do so much, or I can't do this because so many people have already done it. And it's like, no, you need to do it the way you're meant to do it and show up, and boom, it takes off, right? And not be afraid to go after it. And also know that the success that you want for yourself, you can have easily, but you got to move forward and not be in like this self-sabotage energy, but also to just be very protective of your energy too, and just let go of any rage. So, you know, sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, this person's only 13 years old and they're a millionaire, and I'm a 35-year-old and I'm still, you know, working a 9 to 5 or whatever, and I'm not a millionaire. Let go of that rage and use that as a motivation. Like, you know what, if they can be 13 out here doing something and making millions, I know I can figure something out where I can do my part of my purpose and do it well and be successful at it. It's not saying you gotta do the exact same thing that they're doing. It's saying that it shows you it can be done, number one. Okay, so that was a lot. So let's get some affirmations and then we'll close out your reading. But yeah, you're one of your spirit guides, your divine feminine guides, she don't play. She does not play. Alright, so we have, I trust my higher self knows what is best for me, number 6. So this is like my version of like the Gemini in a sense too. So you can have Gemini in your chart as Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus as well. And this just shows you that your higher self knows what's best for you, and they're going to put you on the path that is best for you. We have number 16, my peace is my priority. So once again, that protection energy of like, you know, defend and protect your peace in your home and your sanity. You don't have to explain to anybody either. So if you want to say, no, I don't want to go out, people are like, oh my gosh, why you don't want to go out? Because I just don't want to go out. And just leave it at that. You don't have to give people a complete sentence in addition to you saying no and explaining yourself. Okay, we have I'm living the best years of my life, number 13. So this is just a reminder too, to not let the small stuff stop you from experiencing life, to not let rage stop you from living your best life. Sometimes people hold on to pain of their parents and what they didn't do, or the things that they have done to them, and that stops them from living life to the fullest in spirit. And your guides and your divine feminine energies are telling you, do not let that past trauma stop you from living your life. Do not let that pain hinder you and cause you to just pause on living your dreams. Do not let that happen. All right, let's get you one more card. We have number 54. I'm resilient. I'm a warrior. Look at that. The struggle, the trauma, it did not destroy you. It did not ruin you. It did not break you. You got through it, and you can get through it. Let go of that rage. Move forward and watch how your life transforms. Right? And some of you have already are living a great life right now, but it can get better. Okay? So I hope you all receive some message out of this and can use it to move forward within your life. Okay, so I thank you all once again for choosing to watch this video, and I'm glad that you all selected this pile. And I just feel really passionate about this divine feminine energy that's surrounding you is very passionate, and you should embrace it. You should love on her, love these energies, love your higher self, love you in all ways. Tell yourself that you love yourself right now in this moment. Seriously, say it. Say I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I'm proud of you, and I allow you to feel amazing. Allow yourself to feel this love and to release any pain and any anger and any rage. Okay? Alrighty. I hope you all enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much once again, and I wish you all the best. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. This will be for those that selected the beautiful, fabulous fragrance, one of my favorites, Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. And this, so how I'm going to start the reading off, I'm going to kind of just channel the energies and whatever message the spirit just has for you based on the fragrance that you pick. So I kind of pick up on the scents that are in it, and then, share the messages out of that, and then we'll get into your oracle cards that we have here, and then I'll also pull some affirmations from my Empowered Goddess deck as well too at the very end. So for those that pick this fragrance, well, first off, this fragrance has it has hints of, I believe, like black coffee. It's black coffee, like a vanilla or like white flower situation as well too. And so just speaking on black coffee in general, that is something that is very bold. You cannot miss black coffee whatsoever. It is when I think of black coffee, I think of, simplicity, right? Because oftentimes when people drink black coffee, they don't like creamers, they don't really like too much sugar and things in it. It's like, give me the basic, give me the simple thing. But it's so effective because it's just straight up, it's not watered down, it's not overly sweet, it's powerful. And so you have an energy, once you really step into your true divine feminine self, that is literally groundbreaking. It's powerful, it's a leader type of thing. And some people might be intimidated by it just because of how you carry yourself and how bold you are and how confident you are. I get that you inspire people to be more confident in themselves because you're confident in who you are. And if you're someone that's listening to this and you're like, well, I'm not 100% there yet, it's letting you know that you are going to be and can get to that space for sure, because it's just destined for you. It is a part of your aura and your energy and your plan, if that makes sense as well too. In addition to the fragrance, I just love how the bottle is like kind of like shimmery with the glitter, and it has texture to it. So like you're not someone that's like, oh, when I look at that person, I know exactly who they are, I know all about them. It's like, no, it's layers to you, and people will be surprised of like all the different things that they can learn about you. And I do get like this sweet sensual energy about yourself too. So you could be someone that's just kind of like, it's like a surprise, like, oh wow, I didn't know you were like this, in that type of way. And it's like, yeah, I don't tell too many people about it. I just, I'm better with showing you than telling you type of thing. So that's something that I picked up too. All right, so now let's get into your oracle cards. So also, you're the only pile that got 5 cards from each deck. Every pile got 4. So I think that once again, that shows like you have this unique energy about yourself. And then 2, you don't play by the rules sometimes. You're like, I'll make my rules, I'll do it my way. Alrighty, so your first card, just in advance, if I pronounce the name wrong, I apologize in advance. But the first card here we have is number 26, Katesh, Sacredless. And that's kind of funny how I just mentioned that that sacred energy and like that sensuality. I'm gonna put the fragrance on top of her just because I know some folks, so you don't see like the bare nudity of that card. All right, number 39, Queen Ya Asantewa, Level Up, number 39. She looks like she don't play. I might read her card. We have number 35, Queen Nandi, Intuition. Number 1, Nana Buluka, or Baluku. Seasons. She reminds me of like an elder. Very interesting. I might read her card too. I know for sure I'm going to read number 39. And then we have number 40. I'll look at the dolphins. Yemaye, Awakening. Beautiful. I'm just noticing that there's a ship at the bottom. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So let me read this one really quick, and then we'll just kind of like channel some things. Or you know what? Let me channel some things first, and then we'll read it. Because it'll be fun if it comes out, naturally as we're channeling. But starting out with the sensual energy right now, right? This energy of you needing to kind of embrace it and welcome it in. And notice the woman here is pregnant. The goddess in that card is pregnant. So some of you are wanting that. You're wanting to embrace your sensuality a little bit more. You're wanting to become a mother. And as I'm actually filming this video, I'm filming it on Mother's Day. And so, I feel like your divine feminine energies are letting you know that a lot of you will become mothers, if that is something that's within your heart and that's what you've been wanting for a while, and you're just wondering when that time is going to happen. And it's definitely in the cards to happen for you. So, and then she has a baby in her. See, oh my gosh. So this is definitely like a strong pregnancy, motherhood energy here for sure. So if that's something you want, it's in the cards for you for sure. I'm also seeing too that your divine feminine is telling you to level up, to like step up your game, stop sleeping on yourself. And it's so funny because one of my balloons fell. This is interesting pile. That's, a lot of things are happening. But yeah, like raise your standard, step up your game, like stop sleeping on yourself, and just go hard on like who you are and who you want to be, and lock in on that, and not let anybody get in the way or make you feel like, oh, I can't do this because so many people are already doing it, or I can't do this because so and so told me I couldn't do it. And it's like, no, if you want to be the VP of a company, be the VP of the company, but you got to believe you can do that. You can't let somebody tell you what you can and cannot do. If you feel like you can do it and you believe it and you know it and it's within you, it can happen. So level up to get you to where you can be in that moment. I'm also feeling too, with this intuition and awakening energy, that a lot of you will be experiencing like this huge transformative energy where you are going to see things a little bit differently than what you saw them before. And that could be what unlocks you to level up and to move forward into a new direction that is, way better than what you could ever imagine for yourself, right? And I think that with this intuition card coming out, it comes from you trusting yourself and trusting the guidance of your divine feminine, of your guides and your ancestors as well too, and knowing when to move and when to sit still, because sometimes sitting still is moving, right? That's something that I pick up here as well. I do see that one of the big messages your divine feminine has for you at this time is to talk to your inner child. Actually have a conversation with your inner child one day. Write a letter to your inner child, whatever it is. I feel like your inner child, there was a point in time where they may have had goals for themselves and then they didn't see those, the success of those goals happen, or, things start to happen, trauma, pain, whatever you want to, call it, they experience, and they kind of like let go of some of those goals or those visions. And so writing that letter to their inner child, letting them know like, hey, I know this happened to you. I am with you. I've always been with you, and I want you to know it gets better. I want you to know that you did become, that journalist that you always wanted to be. We figured it out. We worked through it. Like giving them that hope, giving them that light, that beacon of light that they need and that they want. So now I'm going to look into the book for number 39. I'm going to also look at number 1 as well, because I haven't touched on this one fully. So actually let's start off with number 1. All right, so this is connected to the temple of the guardians. Let's see. She's a mother. She's a grandmother of all the Orishas. She's a herbalist. She's a healer. She's a wise woman. Threshold of guardians. Very interesting. It says you have entered a new cycle, and that is very old. Allow yourself to become present. Trust in the divine timing. Don't be in such a hurry. There are no shortcuts here. Very interesting. And so remember how I said, like, some of you may have been wanting to become a parent, conceive a child. And so maybe there's, your guides are saying, like, you don't have to rush it. It's happening. So be patient. And of course, we don't always want to hear that phrase, be patient. We're like, I've been patient enough. Like, why can't I have it now? So your divine feminine goddesses are saying, like, just sit, be still, and let it come to you, and it will come. And then it also says, are you ready for a new beginning? You are in or enter a new season that will force you to evolve. This is a time of major transition. I kind of talked about like a transformative energy too. You are not, sorry about that, my mic cut off. But where was I? Allow yourself to be mentored. Commitment tests from the universe may pop up to delay this new pathway. Stay at the course. Your time is now. I'm limitless. That's the declaration. Anywho, so basically this is saying that you're entering a new season. So don't hold on to the past. Level up, let go of the past. You can't level up holding on to baggage from the past, especially if it's weighing you down. So be mindful of that. All right, so now let's get into the tarot. So we have the High Priestess, which is very interesting considering she's like that level up energy naturally. So I'm gonna put her under there. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have Temperance. We have the Magician. And then we have the Fool. Oh, wow. Look. Past. See, let the past go. Walk towards the future. And that's very befitting with the, I'm going to actually move that over here under the seasons. You know, letting go of the past so you can have this new beginning and you can have this fresh start. And also too, with the Magician being under, awakening, is that when you allow yourself to be opened up mentally and spiritually, you can create things differently, because now you have this new level of access and this new level of understanding and wisdom that's going to help you figure out, okay, what type of life do I really want to create? What does my level up look like to me? What is that for me? My level up is going to be different from somebody else's level up, right? And some people might say, oh, that's what you think a level up is? I don't think that's what a level up is. It doesn't matter what other people think. It's about what you think and what you want for yourself. So ask yourself that question. What does my level up look like? What is that to me? How do I define that? And let that be what motivates you and what drives you to create the life that you want to have, this brand new beginning, so where you are having the balance and all of the security and the love and the prosperity that you want for yourself, and you feel like you have healed enough, you feel like that you know more about yourself and that you're able to receive and to welcome in the blessings and the gifts that the universe has for you, but also to share it with others as well too, because you know that there is a balance of giving and receiving, and that as you give, more and more comes into you. Okay. And I feel like your pile, like out of the two piles, this pile is like pretty straightforward. Like this is a straight shooter type of pile, which makes sense of why, you pick this one. And then I talked about the black coffee being in the fragrance. It's like your divine feminine guides, they're like, we don't have time to waste trying to sugarcoat stuff, trying to, make it all sprinkly and sweet and stuff. It's like, here's the facts, here's what it is. Do what you gotta do, so you can live this soft life, so you can live this life where you're in a beautiful season and can experience all of this abundance and this love. That's what I'm getting. All right, so let's get some cards for you. Affirmations. I don't know why I'm hearing Spirit say like you are a money magnet. Money loves you. Oh my goodness. This is my season. This is my time. Number 27. And then we get the card about seasons. This is literally your season of a new beginning. This is your season of, this is your time. This is your moment. Level up. Get what you want. Because it's literally like, think of it as you have this credit card with the universe, and they're like, you don't have a limit, so you can buy whatever you want, you can get whatever you want on this card, as long as you think that you can have it. We have number 16. My peace is my priority. I think another pile got this card actually, so that's interesting that they got this got this card as well. But yes, knowing that your peace is important. So if something is causing you anxiety, if something is causing you frustration or insecurity, release it. And before you release it, think of like, go within and figure out like, what about this is causing that? And then once you figure it out and have resolved it, release it, let it go, so you don't have to continue experiencing it. We have, I am divinely guided and protected at all times. Number 19. Once again, just the knowing that you are protected, that you are safe. Sometimes when we want things in life, we don't go for it because we feel like, oh, is this something I can really have? What if somebody tries to, interfere with it? And it's like, no, if that's what you want and that's what you feel like you deserve, it will be protected. It will be safe. And, it is yours, but you have to set that intention to know like, whatever I want, I will get, because it is protected and it is for me and it will always be mine. All right, let's get your final one. We'll go back. It's kind of funny because the first card was with the basketball. I forgot the affirmation that goes with it. And then the card that flipped over, it says she don't sweat them, she just add them to the roster. So it's kind of interesting how we got like a sport vibe with those 2 cards. So some of you might be into sports, you might be into basketball. That's like for only one person. But anyway, let's get your final affirmation. Oh wow, this card came out for the other pile. I'm gonna get you another card as well. But we have I'm resilient, I'm a warrior, number 54. So anything that you are up against, you can win that battle. You can win that war, whatever it is. And it's not the end all be all. So don't let something stop you from living your best life, living your life to the fullest. Wow. So this is remember the first card I kind of mentioned with the basketball. So it still came out. So we have I will never quit on myself. I will always stay in the game. So that's why Spirit wanted me to get another card, because they were like, you are resilient, you are a warrior. So why would you quit? Why would you leave the game when you can literally win this at any given moment type of vibe? Absolutely love that. And I love that it came back out. Or like, it showed itself again. And that was number 31. And so I feel like with that, this is just saying that you are the winner of this game, of this match. You can't quit on yourself. No matter if it feels like it's just not working out or things are becoming harder. Like if you see a goal for yourself, if you know there's something that you want for yourself, keep pushing through. Don't give up. You're entering a new season. Use your intuition. Use your divine goddess energies and the resources around you spiritually to help you get there. And sometimes too, connecting with our bodies or with our body can help us, release trauma, right? So working on that sacral chakra. Some of you might need to tap into some Leo energy if you are not a Leo as it is, like that level of confidence, that level of security. And at the bottom of the deck we have number 15, I am enough, knowing that you are enough and that whatever you want you can have because you deserve it and it is yours to have, right? Because sometimes we might not feel like we're worthy of something, so we don't want to try, we don't want to pursue it. And Spirit is like, no, pursue it, get it. We don't have time for I don't want to say pity party, but like we gonna let you, feel a little sad, beat yourself up a little bit and self-sabotage for like a second. But after that, it's like, no, you need to get out here, get it going, level up, get it, because you deserve it. This is your season, this is your time. It is now or never. Point blank and period. Alrighty, y'all. So I hope you all enjoyed this pile. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the love and the support. I just pray that you all found some type of message in here that can help you move forward and to live the life that you want for yourself and to just really enjoy, all that life has for you and the beauty, the abundance, the everything. Okay. I love you all and I wish you the best. Bye.